Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We're literally unfolding the details of what has to be one of the most hyped launches this year, the brand new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 8. Seriously, if you track the foldable space at all, you know this tech moves at warp speed. And wow, Samsung's latest Galaxy Unpacked event in London just dropped the device absolutely packed with upgrades.
Right out of the gate, let's talk about this form factor. If you've ever done that awkward dance trying to shove a massive flagship phone into a tight jeans pocket, well, Samsung is really trying to fix that here. This is their most pocketable foldable yet. They've refined the engineering so it just seamlessly fits into your life, your hand, and yeah, your smallest pocket. Plus, the colors are fantastic, which we'll definitely get into a bit later.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's how we're breaking it all down today. First, we'll officially meet the Galaxy Z Flip 8. Then we'll check out the design and display upgrades. After that, we're looking at the cameras and Flexcam features, diving under the hood for power, battery, and AI. And we'll wrap the whole thing up with pricing and availability.
So Part 1, meet the Galaxy Z Flip 8. The evolution unfolds. You know, the foundation of any foldable is obviously the display. And here, you're getting a massive 6.9-inch main screen on the inside and a super handy 4.1-inch cover display on the outside. Both of these rock a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate, so scrolling is going to feel incredibly fluid. Out of the box, you're looking at Android 17 based on One UI 9. And driving the whole shebang, it's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy chipset. So yeah, you're getting true flagship processing power right from the jump.
Moving right along to Part 2, design and display upgrades. Thinner and lighter.
Just imagine holding this thing. When it's completely unfolded, it is an unbelievably sleek 6.1 millimeters thin. Folded shut, just 13.1 millimeters. But, and this is crucial, thin doesn't mean fragile. It actually features a super robust Armin aluminum frame and an IP48 rating, so it can totally survive a dunk in water and keeps out larger debris, though, maybe still keep it away from superfine beach sand. They've also tweaked the inner bezel gap for this really smooth, effortless opening feel, and that big cover screen is shielded by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2. And this brilliantly illustrates the engineering leap from last year. Comparing the Z Flip 8 directly to the Flip 7, you can see Samsung managed to shave off 8 grams, bringing it down to just 180 grams. They also shaved off 0.04 centimeters in thickness. Now, I know that sounds like a tiny, tiny fraction on paper, but in the world of foldables, making their thinnest and lightest flip ever while literally packing in more tech, that is a massive engineering win.
All right, on to Part 3. Cameras and Flexcam features. Basically, hands-free creativity.
Historically, foldables have kind of lagged behind standard brick phones when it comes to cameras, right? Well, Samsung is pushing a massive upgrade here. We now have a DSLR-like 50-megapixel primary wide sensor that supports 2x optical quality zoom. We're talking incredible, true-to-life skin tones and real texture. That is paired with a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens on the outside. Open it up and you've got a crisp 10-megapixel front-facing camera on the main screen. Oh, and every single lens here supports 4K video recording at a super smooth 60 frames per second.
But hey, amazing lenses are nothing without amazing software. And the way this phone utilizes its hardware is so clever. If you're a vlogger always on the run, there's this super steady horizontal lock. It literally detects the horizon and keeps your frame level, even if the camera rotates a full 360 degrees. Crazy, right? Then there's Flip Shot, letting you customize your cover screen background with text or images while snapping mirror selfies. Dual recording? That lets you capture a split-view video showing you and your subject perfectly synced. But the absolute best part is Flex Mode. By half-folding the phone, it acts as its own built-in tripod. No more awkwardly propping your phone against a coffee mug for a group shot. Let's shift gears to Part 4, power, battery, and AI, the brains of the operation.
So that Flex window cover screen we talked about pushes a striking 2600 nits of peak brightness. It is perfectly readable even in harsh, direct sunlight. It also uses something called MDNIE technology, which is basically an engine that optimizes image contrast and detail so the colors just absolutely pop. And behind the scenes, working alongside that powerful Snapdragon chip, the custom Exynos 2600 processor architecture pushes a massive 41% faster AI performance compared to the Flip 7. And it does all that while optimizing power consumption.
Now, what's really interesting here is how this AI comes to life before you even open the phone. The Now Brief widget sits right on the cover screen and actually learns your routines to give you hyper-personalized insights at a glance. You can use written prompts to customize it, so you get briefings on the weather, health stats, travel plans, your daily schedule, all instantly accessible without ever having to unfold the device.
Another huge AI feature is Photo Assist. This brings literally studio-level edits right to your fingertips. Just by typing written prompts, you can effortlessly move, resize, or completely remove objects from your photos, and the AI intelligently fills in the background. It's like magic. And if you're kind of worried about privacy with all this AI stuff, don't be. Samsung ensures your personal data can be processed strictly on-device, secured by Knox Vault. That's essentially a physically isolated hardware chip protecting your data. You get to decide if your info goes to the cloud or stays locked securely in your pocket.
Of course, none of these incredible features matter if the phone dies by lunchtime, right? Well, Samsung managed to pack an expanded 4,300 mAh battery into this incredibly compact design. And when it finally is time to juice up, you've got 25-watt wired charging and 15-watt wireless charging to get you back to 100% in no time. I really want this number to sink in for a second. 31. Despite being thinner and lighter than ever, that 4,300 mAh battery gives you enough endurance for a massive 31 hours of continuous video playback. 31 hours. That means you can comfortably work, play, browse, and binge your favorite shows all day long without constantly hunting for a wall outlet. Finally, we arrive at part 5, pricing and availability for the Indian market.
Let's break down the pricing tiers. The Z Flip 8 comes packed with 12 gigs of RAM across the board. The 256GB model starts at Rs 124,999. But if you're a heavy power user and you need more space for all those 4K videos, the 512GB option comes in at Rs 144,999. Just a quick styling note too, you can grab these in cream, graphite, and pink, but definitely keep an eye out for that totally exclusive mint shade if you're ordering directly online.
So the crucial point here is really the incentive Samsung is throwing in to add some serious value for early buyers. You can choose between a 5,000 rupee upgrade bonus or up to 4,000 rupee in instant bank or UPI cashback. And to make the purchase a bit easier to swallow, there are no-cost EMI options stretching up to 30 months. Plus, you get a 6-month free trial of Google AI Pro, which includes a massive 5 terabytes of cloud storage. Oh, and if you order through the official Samsung website and enroll in their monthly plan, your first 3 months of Samsung Care Plus coverage are absolutely free.
And that brings us to our final question for you today. We've just seen a major jump to a DSLR-like 50-megapixel camera, hyper-personalized Knox-secured AI, and a 31-hour battery somehow squeezed into an even thinner chassis. So weigh all of this against the device you have in your pocket right now. Is a foldable finally ready to be your next upgrade? I'll let that question sit with you. Thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and keep learning.